Things that spoil the air. Page number 213.
Things that spoil the air. Heading. It cannot be indifferent to those of my readers who wish to enjoy a long and healthy life, whether the air of their rooms possess the necessary degree of purity or not. There are many familiar things that render the air that we breathe more or less unsuitable for the maintenance of life. So my readers must listen to the warnings of a friend. Flowers are an ornament to a room, and if we are content to deck one room with a few of extreme beauty and very few on account of their perfume, it will not much signify. It is rather praiseworthy and blameworthy than blameworthy. Praiseworthy than blameworthy. The more we refresh our senses in an innocuous manner, the more lively and easy does our power of thinking become, the more capable and disposed for business are we, and the delight of the sight and the smell in flowers, the pride of lovely nature, is especially of this character. But an excess does harm in all things. So it does likewise here. A large bouquet of lilies, tuberous plants, love flowers, centifolia, jasmine, lilac, and so forth makes such a strong perfume in a small room that many sensitive persons have occasionally been made to faint by them. ఓ చిన్న రూమ్లో ఇవన్నీ పెట్టేసి మంచి ఫస్ట్ బోల్డ్ స్మెల్ బోల్డ్ వాసన వచ్చేలాగా పెట్టినట్టయితే ఉంది. ఆ సెన్సిటివ్గా ఉన్నటువంటి వాళ్ళు ఆ రూమ్లోకి రాగానే this does not depend so often on the antipathy of the nervous system to such odors as it does on the injurious property of such strong scented flowers of quickly spoiling the air and rendering it unfit for respiration. Other writers have already called attention to this fact, so that I need not dwell longer on it, and will content myself with having repeated the warning. People who wish to be very general love to burn in the evening more candles than are necessary, and if they are entertaining a company, they light up chandeliers, sconces, and all other receptacles for candles they may possess, in order that the fashionably dressed ladies and gentlemen may see each other well. It is considered a capital holy day spectacle to see so many candles burning at once. It dazzles one's eyes so brilliantly that we scarcely know where we are. It also costs a good round of sum. చాలా డబ్బులు ఖర్చు అవుతాయి. అదే కాకుండా కళ్ళకి మిగతా వాటికి కూడా చాలా బ్యాడ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అంటున్నాడు. But if we view all this display of candles in the proper light, we shall find that they spoil the air in a very ugly manner. Considering that they are only lighted for a number of guests who are to be well feasted, who seated in close rows pollute the atmosphere for each other by their breathing and exhalations. In one word, that they are only lighted for feasts and balls. Considering this, I say, I know not what sort of complimentary speech I can make to any entertainer for purposefully depriving me of the title, the little bit of a pure God's air, and giving me the very worst sort instead, in which an animal could with difficulty sustain life. Amid how many attacks of faintness will not you, lady, express her thanks will not yon lady express her thanks to him after having worked away for hours at her toilet, preparing for the festivities in the endeavor to diminish by one third the capacity of her chest by means of a whalebone apparatus until drawn in so tightly as to look like a wasp. She could scarcely take in air enough to support life in a pure atmosphere. Relish it who may. I must say for my part that I have no wish to be regaled with so many candles in a room. He who wishes to act wisely will not tarry in the room where he has dined and where the vapor from the warm food has deteriorated the air until it has been thoroughly aired. తర్వాత ఇవి పెట్రోలియంస్ ఇది కదా ఇది క్యాండిల్ వ్యాక్స్. It is very unwholesome to sleep in rooms where, as is often the case among the lower classes, there is a store of green fruit, a quantity of phlogiston that exhales from the fruit in the form of their odor soon approximates the pure atmospheric air to the condition of phlogistic and unhealthy air. ఎక్కువ పెట్టడం వల్ల వాటి స్మెల్ వలన ఏమవుతుందంటే ఈ ఉన్నటువంటి వాటి వలన మిగతా ఎయిర్ అంతా పొల్యూట్ అవుతుంది. అంటే రూమ్ లో పెట్టేసి అన్ని వేసేస్తే అదే అవుతుంది. Also, storerooms of other kinds where domestic articles and food from the animal and vegetable kingdoms are kept in quantity, such as oils, candles, lard, raw, boiled and roasted meat, pastry, etc., are not healthy places for people to dwell in. అక్కడ పెట్టుకుని మళ్ళీ తెచ్చుకుని దాన్ని చేయొచ్చు కదా, అక్కడ ఉండడానికి మాత్రం పనికిరాదు అంటున్నాడు. It should be observed that everything that emits much smell perceptibly vitiates the atmosphere. In foul linen, the excretions from the skin are present, and no rational person would submit to have them kept or washed in his room for similar reasons, but also for delicacy's sake. No one who can avoid it should sleep in the room in which he remains during the day. The beds put very gradually with the exhalation they have received from the sleeper during the night, and continue to vitiate all day long along the air of the room, even though it had been thoroughly aired in the morning. 6 busy watchmakers do not spoil the air nearly so much as 2 workmen engaged in sawing wood. I would therefore advise that the workshops in manufactories, especially where much corporeal exercise is employed, should be built rather too high than too low, rather too airy than too close. And be they ever so cleanly and well situated, they should be frequently aired. It is incredible in how short a time in such cases the air of the room becomes vitiated and unfit for respiration. The miserable sick aspect and the great mortality of the workmen of many manufactories renders further proof of my proposition superfluous. ప్రతి ఆస్పెక్ట్ టచ్ చేశాడు.